focus to a breaking news response that's come in from Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. This amid the tariff back and forth. She's reacted and says sanctions, tariffs and decoupling strategies are reshaping global supply chains. Says for India, these dynamics highlight both vulnerability and resilience. Let's first up listen in.
At the same time, geopolitical conflicts are intensifying. Sanctions, tariffs, and decoupling strategies are reshaping global supply chains. For India, these dynamics highlight both vulnerability and resilience. Our capacity to absorb shocks is strong, while our economic leverage is evolving. Our choices will determine whether resilience becomes a foundation for leadership or merely a buffer against uncertainty. So in conclusion, history teaches us crises often precede renewal. The fragmentation we see today may give rise to more sustainable and unforeseen forms of cooperation. The challenge is to ensure that inclusive principles shape cooperation. For developing countries, this is a necessity, not just a romantic aspiration. We cannot afford to be passive spectators. In a world where decisions elsewhere determine our destinies, we must be active participants, shaping outcomes where possible and preserving autonomy where necessary.
All right, so that's essentially Nirmala Sitharaman once again talking about the government's vision in the face of the tariff challenge which has been thrown in by the United States. Do remember, India all in all has been seeking to reduce dependence on any major partner by signing or ratifying more free trade agreements. And we've been hearing from the Prime Minister as well the last few days on multiple occasions talk about the need to become more self-reliant and talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, and that's in a sense being reiterated by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who says geopolitical conflicts are intensifying, and then went on to name a few: sanctions, tariffs, decoupling strategies, and how all of this is reshaping global supply chains. Said that for India, these dynamics highlight both vulnerability and resilience. Very interesting, she spoke of how history teaches us that crises often precede renewal. Going across to Pallavi Ghosh, who joins us with more details. Pallavi, essentially that's in a way, in a different way perhaps, the Finance Minister talking about India's vision in the face of all these challenges thrown at India and turning them into an opportunity overall.
Yes, that has been a consistent line of the government, whether it's the Finance Ministry, whether it's been the Commerce Ministry, Christine, is that please don't think that India is going to be on a back foot. This is a plan which has been in progress, which has been there for over 1 year. And she was essentially speaking at the Kautilya Conclave, where she was addressing all the stakeholders. And this is a feel-good messaging coming in from the Finance Minister herself, saying that there are people who are talking about turbulent times, where there is uncertainty, where there is tariff turmoil happening. And this is something which is being faced not by India alone, but many other countries as well. But these are the situations which actually throw up opportunities. She rattled off statistics and figures to show how there has been a growth story as far as India's economic growth is concerned. Our GDP rates projections are at a 6.8%. There has been a growth in the manufacturing and servicing sector, the rate rationalization under GST 2.0, the fact that we have signed bilateral trade agreements or the FTAs with EFTA, EU and UK. All of them are throwing up huge opportunities as far as the industrial sector, corporates, the small trading community, our exporters are concerned. So basically what she has said is that the entire tariff structure is changing our global demand and supply system. We have looked in for newer markets. We are looking at newer opportunities. And we are now going to look at products which can be reinvented, not just targeting the international markets, Christine, but also domestic markets, where Swadeshi, Atmanirbhar, that's going to be the buzzword, so that people of India are getting more and more cheaper better alternatives because our caliber, our workmanship is world class. And many of the foreign investors have also begun to open shops in India, whether it's Tesla, whether it's Apple. So it is a very thumbs up kind of a speech which she gave a short while back.
The underlying message being we're not going to buckle under pressure, instead are going to turn every challenge into an opportunity. Thank you so much, Pallavi, for joining us with those details.